This is a free sample of the book, Never Ghosted Again, The Art of Being Irresistible, by Cairo, Copeland. The first half of this book is posted right here on YouTube, free for everyone to listen to. If you like this content and want to hear or read the rest, or want to listen to it free of ads, visit reinventideal.com/ghosted. The book is available on Kindle, paperback, and Audible at reinventideal.com/ghosted.
Chapter 5. Online Dating. Many dating coaches will encourage you to use online dating as a useful tool to get what you're looking for, and we should not leave any tools in the chest unused. Online dating, however, may do more harm than good. It just depends on how it is used. Most prospecting suitors have turned to it in order to find the woman of their dreams, only to find disappointment. And the reason for this is clear. It is what we originally assumed about it. The people that use online dating do so because there's little reason for them to have any luck with dating offline. Originally it was used because society's imperatives made us feel awkward asking for what we want from another person. Try going up to a random woman in public that you're attracted to and ask, "Hey, you're pretty. Do you want to go on a date?" and see what happens. Quite often, she's taken or just not interested. Someone once wished that people could know beforehand whether someone was single and interested before expressing intentions to them, and thus online dating was born. Years ago, this was a viable option to find someone special, but today, it no longer is. The 9s and 10s among women that you seek once used it, and the saturation of explicit messages from creepy guys drove them away. It is now the domain of 3s to 6s on the female side. While the guys that use it still fall in the ranges of 5s to 8s, it has amplified the effect of feminism on women. The woman who's a 4 gets a date with or gets to sleep with a man who's an 8, and now she will think she too is an 8, when really he was interested in her because she was all there was. That becomes her minimum standard going forward. Thus, other guys end up having lost any chance with her. If you've ever been rejected by a woman you knew was below your caliber on a dating site, this is why. Spend enough time on a dating site and you'll be led to believe that all women are either single mothers, narcissists, or in need of professional help. This is where they turn in order to find men because they can't find them offline. We see testimonials of people on these websites proclaiming the site helped them find their one true love, but do we see any of these people in real life? If anything, talking to any real-world users of Plenty of Fish, OkCupid, or Match, and they'll tell you it was the worst way to meet people. It's even worse on Tinder and Bumble. Online dating will also create horrific mindsets within you. Once you've messaged every woman in your vicinity on the site, you could wait forever and not hear back from any of them. The perception becomes that they just don't like you, because there's nothing about you to like, when in reality, they probably never saw your message, because it was buried under hundreds of others that just said, "Hi, wanna chat?" or "Hey hottie, WYD." Your mindset, nonetheless, becomes a belief that you're unworthy, and when you're out of women to message, a scarcity mindset is also created that will cripple you forever. The most desperate and unattractive men are the ones that believe their options are limited. Quite often, on the profiles of these girls on dating sites, you'll see some common themes. Many of these are raging red flags. You'll often see things like, "I've had my fun, but now I'm ready to settle down." This is an admission that she's spent the better part of her life going from douchebag guy to douchebag guy, seeking validation, may have even picked up some kids along the way, and now needs a good man to take care of her and her kids' needs. "I've had my fun," she says. Isn't a relationship supposed to include lots of fun? Don't you want to be with women when they are having fun? Other favorites include, "I want to meet someone to be my other half." So, you're half a person then? "I want my boyfriend to be my best friend," which means, "I have no friends and no boyfriend, so I figured I could kill 2 birds with 1 beaver." "I love music." Really? You're like one of 10 people that does. The rest of us really hate that shit. "I love my friends." Any other deep revelations you want to tell us? Do you also eat food and wear clothes? "My kids are my world," which means, "Understand this, Sonny. If I give you my time of day, you'll always come second." Sounds really appealing, doesn't it? If ever in your life you were made to feel unworthy by a woman, and she made that explicitly clear to you with her intentional words, she likely was the type that wasn't seeking connection. She was seeking validation and control. So she spent her life jumping from one unfulfilling relationship to the next, only to lock up with the douchebags that used her more so to be seen with her than to actually be with her. She came to this realization late in life, as women have a biological clock ticking within them. Society sadly dictates that women decline in value as they age, and their appearance becomes less attractive. This woman turns to online dating as a last-ditch effort to find the good men she used to dismiss. Then they cry, "Where have all the good men gone?" They've shacked up with all the good women, honey, and you're not one of them. Sorry. Now suppose you do end up finding a woman on a dating site. Remember this: if you make one wrong move, she has a shit ton of other guys in her inbox she can turn to whenever she wants. She will always view you as easily replaceable, and that makes it very difficult to appear irresistible. She sees all as a dime a dozen. Whatever she wants but doesn't get from you, there are 100 other guys that possibly will. How confident does knowing this make you on a date with her? And as for the subject hinted in the title of the book, ghosting, it is far more prevalent with online dating than anywhere else, because the lack of mutual social connections for people who met online also means there are fewer social consequences of dropping out of another's life. While online dating carries a large dosage of poison, it is not without use. Every guy should go on at least one site, particularly the free ones, but instead create a female profile. Find pictures of a hot girl and upload them. Write a shallow profile or a deep one, it doesn't matter, because it won't be read. Then, see for yourself the types of messages that trickle in. Study your competition. They will be great teachers on how not to be. Not just online, but offline as well. Look at the profiles of the guys sending you messages and see what they are like. There's a reason they are on dating sites, because they can't do better offline. Look at their appearance, their profiles and messages. Then do the opposite. Do not dress like them. Do not follow their grooming, and avoid talking about the things they write about when you talk to a woman in person. Your irresistibility level goes up immediately. The author found particular value in creating a female's profile on the website FetLife. This website is the Facebook of the BDSM community, but is often used by desperate guys to find hookups. Pose as a woman on this site, and message other women on there. You can learn a lot about women's thinking from this site, because on this site the imperatives of society are shattered and ignored. Sex is the only thing they want to talk about. It is also worth noting that relationships formed on FetLife are built on a tremendous amount of trust. BDSM is a dangerous activity if there's a shred of carelessness in it. The level of vulnerability in those acts, such as bondage and rope play, is through the roof. And you will also find that the women on this site are quite unique because they have immense, unquestionable loyalty to their partners if they are in a relationship. Ask the other women there the following questions. What brought you to this website? What are some red flags you see on guys' profiles on this site, or in their messages? How do you know when you can trust a guy from this site? When do you think it's okay to meet a guy? What are some red flags to be aware of when meeting the guy in person? Doing this will teach you far greater insight than this book can possibly give you. While many experts in the arena of attracting women will tell you that you can't learn from women how to seduce them, the author disagrees. The experts say it's like asking a fish how to catch it. They won't tell you. On FetLife, though, it's more like asking a fish how it likes to be fucked by other fish. They're more than happy to tell you. Online dating is often used because it serves as a buffer against rejection. If you're rejected on there, it's just text on a screen really hurt that bad to read, or maybe nothing is said to you at all, so you don't have to read anything hurtful to begin with. But perhaps what is better to use as a buffer against rejection, and something that also makes you stronger at the fundamentals of game, is to flirt with women in real life, but not just any woman. Flirt with older women. Seek out women that are just 10 to 15 years older than you. They're not the women that you actually want to end up with, so you act quite independent of any particular outcome. But it does give you real-world practice with another living, breathing human being. And that is far more valuable than anything that online dating can offer you. As stated earlier, a woman's value to society declines with age. According to society, that is. It's older and less attractive. Her sexual market value goes down and her ability to attract a high-quality man is threatened. This is why you may find it easier to connect with and even get into bed with women years older than you. These women want your attention, and unlike their younger counterparts, they want more than just your attention. These women are called cougars. Of course, these are not the women you want to end up with long term, nor do they want to end up with you, the younger guy. Women are naturally attracted to older men, and that works out well because guys are attracted to younger women. But there is much that can be learned about women from older women. The main thing is that you'll become more comfortable with expressing your sexuality to them, because they appreciate it and will not judge you for it. They just want to feel young again. They want to feel beautiful. All women do, but these ones especially. You've probably seen it yourself. Whistle at a 20-year-old girl, she'll think you're a creep. Whistle at a 40-year-old one, and she'll be flattered. The author does not advocate using whistling as an approach tactic, but you get the point. It's easier to express what you want to an older woman without fear than it is to a younger one. And this fearless expression is precisely the key to getting what you want. If you could approach and flirt with a lovely college girl the same way you do with a cougar, you'll be delightfully surprised at the result. The ability to express what you really want, and to stand there without shame as you express it, like there's nothing wrong with your desires at all. That is the confidence all women crave from men. Even if you're not explicitly expressing your desires to the cougar, she's still open to you, as she's old enough and wise enough to see right through you and why you're talking to her. While you're not as open about it, she's still flattered that you find her attractive. The reason this type of woman is so open to you is because the root of society's imperatives carry less weight on her. Perhaps she's no longer able to bear children, so the fear of an unwanted pregnancy is gone. Thus, all the sexual desires she spent her youth suppressing can now be acted upon. You may have noticed that older women tend to no longer give a shit what anyone thinks. And who could judge an older woman for being a cougar? The term doesn't even sound that negative as compared to the term slut used to describe promiscuous younger women. Perhaps in this case, society believes this woman is entitled to some fun. And it's not like she can get pregnant, right? These women love being sexual because they're often not looked at as sexual possibilities. The men their age want younger women, so why can't they get in on the act? To be clear, the author is not suggesting you pursue older women exclusively or seek a cougar for your long-term girlfriend. What the author is suggesting is that if you're uncomfortable telling girls that you like them or expressing your sexuality, start by approaching older women. They will either play along or let you down gently, with words like, "Oh sweetie, I'd love to, but I'm married. You are really cute though." These women will also give you amazing insight into how women in general think. You can ask them anything without being embarrassed. The pressure to impress is not there because you weren't hoping for something long-term with them anyway, and they weren't expecting it either.
Thank you for listening to this free sample of the book, Never Ghosted Again, The Art of Being Irresistible, by Cairo Copeland. If you enjoyed it and want to hear or read the rest, or want to listen to it free of ads, visit reinventideal.com/ghosted. The book is available on Kindle, paperback, and Audible at reinventideal.com/ghosted.